The man who most recently played the Nuggets mascot Rocky filed a lawsuit against the team this morning. Drake Solomon played Rocky between 2021 and 2024. He took over the reins from his dad.
Drake says a medical condition led to him needing a double hip replacement last year. He says he was fired soon after returning to work. 9 News consumer investigator Steve Steger spoke to him today, and he says, Steve, this was more than just a job for him.
Yeah, most of you are probably more familiar with Ken Solomon's work as Rocky. He was the original, did it for 33 years. Drake is his son and took over in 2021. He had some injury problems, but finally got them sorted out with a hip replacement, only to be fired right after he returned.
Weird speaking with words?
It is very weird speaking with words. And not only that, I grew up like, my dad would always be, remember, it's a secret, don't try and tell anybody,
Drake Solomon has been pretty quiet this last year, not because he's a professional mascot, and that's what mascots do. Solomon's been quiet since he lost his job as a professional mascot.
Like saying bye to my family, it was like, Rocky was always like a second dad to me. And it was like losing a family member.
Solomon started working for the Nuggets after high school and took the Rockies' reins from his dad, Ken, in 2021.
They actually gave me a lot of great reviews in costume and said I look just like my dad.
But it was a rocky road for the new Rocky.
I was feeling a lot of hip pain. I got diagnosed with AVM, or avascular necrosis. That's when you're not getting enough blood flow to your legs and your bones, your femur start deteriorating.
He had surgery in March of 2023. It didn't hold.
I remember being out on the court, throwing my half-court shot with tears coming down my eyes, just in such pain. I decided to go get checked out again, and the doctors said that my bones, my femoral heads have collapsed. So my bones collapsed.
In April of 2024, he had a double hip replacement. That's when he said his bosses at Kroenke Sports and Entertainment suddenly changed their tune.
Made the decision right before my surgery that we were going to hold open tryouts for the Rocky position, which was pretty devastating to hear.
Drake says he came back early from that surgery, feeling great. He could do it all again. But he says his bosses went through with those tryouts anyway and let him go.
I was never given a reason why I was fired, and they just pulled me in their office one day and decided they're going to take things in a different direction.
Now, a year later, Solomon is suing, claiming the Nuggets violated Colorado's Anti-Discrimination Act when they fired him.
Me and my family love the Nuggets, always have loved the Nuggets, always been loyal to Nuggets, and it's been our whole life. They were like a second family to me. And so it is painful to go through with this, but it's about right and wrong.
Kroenke Sports and Entertainment, KSE, which owns the Nuggets, said it had no comment on this lawsuit. Solomon is also accusing the Kroenke Sports and Entertainment Group of violating the 2024 Power Act, which limits the use of non-disclosure agreements in severance packages. Live in studio, Steve Steger, 9 News.
Wow, this was that family's identity in so many ways,
It really was. He talks about being 2 months old and his dad holding him on the court and doing a little kind of baby dance with him when dad was Rocky. And he started working there in high school. I mean, so this has always kind of been part of his life.
And when he didn't make it, then they asked him to help again? Or?
Yeah, so he got through the surgery, started doing some summer activities and working again as Rocky over that summer of 2024. And then they had those open tryouts. And according to the lawsuit, the bosses actually asked him to show the other applicants how to safely dunk in the Rocky costume. And then a few days after the tryouts, he was called into the office and told that they were going in a different direction.
That hurts.
Yeah.
All right. Steve, thank you.
Yep.